Go ahead and jump in first.
All right, Kristen, go ahead.
All right, got it. Good afternoon. As a quick reminder, my name is Dr. Rex, and I work at the Arizona Historical Society along with Jenny Pennington, as well as Allison Avery. Arizona Historical Society prides itself on connecting people through the power of Arizona's history. We seek to be that driving force, and we want to be able to strengthen Arizona communities by promoting history. And one of the ways that we connect people through the power of Arizona's history is by hosting the regional contests as well as the state contest. The Arizona Historical Society is the affiliate for National History Day, and it is our role and responsibility to hold these contests. You are all sitting here today because you made it past the school level and your regional level, and now we are here to give you some information. You're going to hear a lot of information. Don't panic if you don't get it all. We'll have questions at the end. I just want to let you know that you're surrounded by professionals. You have Jenny, who has her degree in secondary social studies and history. You have a person that also has a master's in museum curatorship and studies. Allison has a degree in anthropology with an emphasis on the American Indians, as well as a master's in curriculum and instruction. A lot of you have already reached out. You've sent us papers. You've asked us how to tighten up your websites, how to work on your documentaries, and we have been holding office hours, and Jenny's going to cover that in a minute. But before we jump in, I just wanted to congratulate you, remind you who we are, and also let you know that there will be, oh my gosh, 158 kids will be participating at state on April 15th. Of those 158 kids, there will be 102 projects that represents 15 different schools around the state. We want to recognize your teachers' hard work because they've really helped you get to this point, but the finish line is still a little bit further out. Keep looking at your projects. We have a little bit more time before everything is due, and Jenny will be covering that, but I just wanted to congratulate you, and we are going to hopefully answer all your questions, and we will have this recorded in case you need to watch it again, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jenny.
Okay, I'm in. All right, so if you're getting the NHD AZ emails, those are coming from me. So I am kind of in charge of Z fairs, the schedules, the logistical kind of stuff behind that. There were some date changes that did happen because we had to postpone our Northern Arizona contest because of snow. So some of my earlier friends, you got an email saying everything was due by the 31st. That's wrong now. We changed it to April 3rd. Any information you want to change, that means like, make sure your email address is correct, the parent email address is correct, that you have your most up-to-date project, and any updates you want to do to your written materials all need to be done by April 3rd at 5 p.m. And just like last time, I'm going to go through every single person's account at 5 p.m. and I'm going to be shooting out emails saying, hey, you're missing your stuff. So please get that stuff in. But the cool thing is with Z fairs, you don't have to make a new account. I automatically promote you through Z fairs, so your account's already been moved over. So do not make a new account. Now, there is a different portal, just like with your regional contest, there is an NHD AZ state affiliate competition portal. And I'm going to kind of walk you through what that looks like. Can you see my screen? Yes. So this is kind of what it looks like. I made a fake account that kind of shows you, so we can look at, see what the kids account looks like. Hershey's my dog, that's why. So essentially, when you log in, this is what you'll see. You'll see a correct congratulations page, as well as a link to that survey. If you're one of my East Valley kids, you've probably gotten this email from me 5 times. We are doing a showcase. You have to fill out the survey in order for me to have a full showcase. A lot of you have already sent me your stuff, but you have until April 3rd as well to send me that stuff. There's a Google form, and if you want your picture on your little showcase thing, and I'll show you what that looks like soon, you need to email that to me as well, okay? What you need to do when you log in is go straight to your profile. You need to make sure all of this information is correct. So the name, last name, contact information, your t-shirt size, because if you go to nationals, I need to know what size t-shirt you wear, because we will be getting our national contestants t-shirts and things like that. You need to make sure that your school information is correct, including your grade. I had some issues with people having the wrong grades. So make sure you have your school, your teacher, and the grade. The entry thing is going to look the exact same. Make sure the title is exactly how you want me to show it on the schedule. Don't just type in something random. Use the exact title of whatever your project is. Make sure you have the right category and description. Okay, so I have had issues with Google Drive links. Do not use Google Drive anymore because it's just become like a huge thing between schools and our safety protocol things. You need to make sure that your written materials are all on one document and then download the PDF. Then you need to upload the file here. Do not give me a Google Drive link because I will ask you for the PDF. The only time you should put in a link is if you have a documentary or a website. Anything else, please don't give me Google Drive links. They've just been kind of unreliable. This is really, really important because this is different. With state, we do what are called special awards. Special awards are kind of donations given to us from different organizations throughout the state to give to you. And they're money prizes, essentially. Either you or your teacher need to nominate you for special awards, or you will not be considered. So if you want to see the list, it has been updated. So this is our most current list. There are mostly junior and senior prizes, but we do have one youth only prize, which is the Jim Rex Memorial Youth Division Award. Read the descriptions, and Allison will go over this more later. Read the descriptions, and then if you want, so for example, if I want to use this, this particular word, you hit nominate. In this box, I want you to tell me why you feel like your project best fits this particular award. And then you'll hit submit nomination. It will show up right here once you have nominated yourself. Okay. Other than that, I think that is Z-Fair's.
How's the single slice?
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Yeah, so April 3rd, I need the showcase stuff, and all your stuff needs to be in Z-Fairs. And just make sure you log in and make sure your stuff's correct.
I've been putting what you said in the chats, and I'll keep putting that as we go. That way people can reflect back on that. Jenny has covered kind of Z-Fairs. Jenny, can you pull up the website that you will be giving to everyone, and we can kind of go through, even though we don't have all the information, we can talk about the schedule a little bit, parking instructions, food options, and all that good stuff. So stand by.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I put this in the chat, but I want to just reaffirm, please make sure that your mailing address is correct and up to date. I've had it in the past where students were moving in the spring and didn't let us know. And so their t-shirt, it took, standard amount of time for that to be mailed to their previous address. And it came back to us. Then we had to reach out, and then we had to get a new, so it takes a while to finally get it to you if you don't give us the correct address. So make sure when you go in, your address is up to date. And if you're planning on moving between, April and June before nationals, please let us know so we can send it to the correct address.
Hey, Shane, are you asking where the link is for the showcase form?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So when you go to ZFairs, on the homepage, and I will email this out again too, so don't worry about it. But it is right here. It just says, please fill out this survey. You just click on this little link, and it's just a Google form.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, bud. Isabella, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah.
What's up?
So the ZFairs thing you just showed us, should we do that?
You don't have to make a new account. I just
Okay.
need you to log in, and it's your same login information as your regional account. So I think you were at East or West or something like that.
Yeah.
So use the same login information. It's just you need to go through the state portal instead. And I will send out, when I send the recording, I'll send you guys the link for the showcase, and I'll send you guys the link for the state portal as well.
Okay, thank you.
Meredith, the project showcase is optional if you want. What I would do is I'm literally just going to upload whoever fills out the form. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's totally fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Only other thing is if you want to do office hours, you can request office hours. You can either email me, or there is a link that I will also include in the email. And there's also a link on ZFairs that literally just says office hours appointment request form. Some of you have already done it, so that's cool. And I'll just get back to you as soon as I can. It may not be the next day because I just don't check it every single day. But other than that, I think I'm good. So I'm going to pull up the website so Kristen can kind of talk about the contest.
The schedule is similar to our regional. Oops, I am so sorry. I always yell at my kids for doing that. Jenny's preparing a website that will hopefully give you everything you need to know for the day of registration. Remember, we have a lot. This is probably our biggest event, so we have a lot of information for our judges. We currently have 50-something judges that will be coming, so there's going to be a lot of people. Registration will start right at 8, and check-in is going to, check-in's going to start right at 7:30. Allison, if you can type in the chat box as we're going. Registration will start at 7:30, and that's for the people that are doing exhibits, because you have a lot of stuff and you have to get set up in a certain room. So registration will open at 7:30, but we want exhibits there first. If you're a paper, if you're a documentary, if you're a website, you don't need to come until 8-ish. Let's try to get all the exhibits in first, set up in the correct rooms. We can run through and check and make sure we have everything we need. That way the judges can hit the ground running, and we will be having a judges meeting at about 8 o'clock. So we want to get everything up and ready. You will be given a schedule, just like you did before with your interview time. There is going to be a lot of gap time between your sitting and your getting up and getting ready for your interview. We want you to take advantage of ASU's campus. There are plenty of things happening that day. Jenny and Allison and I went through and we looked up all the things that are happening on the Tempe campus, and we will have that listed for you. There are museums, there are things to do. What we ask is that if you go do something, that's fabulous. But if your interview time is at 1 p.m., please be where you need to be by 12:45. We're looking for you to be there 15 minutes early. So there's plenty of things to do to keep you busy. There's a food court in the bottom level of the student union. There's food options. We also, Jenny, can you scroll up to the parking instruction? I know that was, we met with the ASU ladies and they were pretty clear that you see the light blue rings. We need you to park in the light blue ring areas, because if you park in the wrong spot, we cannot protect you from the ASU parking popo. The police will love to give you a ticket and we can't help you. So please park in the designated parking spots. Schedule parking, food, judging teams. We are really trying to have 3 judges for each of our entries and our flights in divisions. We look for a good cross group. We are looking at historians, we're looking at museum people, we're looking at educators, we're looking at all different people's perspectives, because that's the type of judges that you will have at nationals. So we want to have a lot of different people looking at your entries with a lot of different lenses, so to speak. So we're really trying to give you as close as a replication of nationals as we can. Oh my gosh, I think I'm done. Allison, I am going to pick up typing in the chat box because now it's your turn to talk about some awards.
Perfect. Before I talk about awards, one thing I wanted to highlight is please be sure the dress code is business casual. Be prepared to treat state like nationals. And an expectation for nationals is to dress business casual. So that could be, you know, a dress, a suit and tie, a nice blouse. If you choose to wear high heels, my suggestion is to bring a pair of, you know, comfortable shoes. In addition, maybe you could switch those out. That way, while you're, you know, around campus or walking around, you have something comfy. You're not just going to have your, you know, feet hurting you all day long. But just be aware that for nationals, that is an expectation. So treat this like nationals. Okay, now on to the awards. So these special awards are awards that are specifically for students that have projects that fit whichever award, you know, they're nominated for. So you can nominate yourself, kind of like right here, by clicking on the nominate. And your teachers are also capable of nominating you through email. So they can email us and let us know if, you know, they have a student with this project. The first one are, you know, kind of some information about what these awards are. These are really meant to help encourage students to find topics that are really inspiring and impactful. We have done special awards for a number of years. They're always cash prizes, so a great incentive for you to use for whatever you'd like, but it's a great way of earning money for if you go to nationals, or if you want it for next year's project, or if you just want it to have your own cash, you know, to use however you like. But it's a great way for you to, you know, win some money for the hard work that you've done. And if you happen to have a project that doesn't really fit with any of these special awards, maybe that would be something to consider for next year. If you have, you know, if you see something in here specifically and you thought, you know what, next year maybe I'll do a project on that, you could end up being nominated for an award. The people that can nominate you are, again, yourself and your teacher. You know, if your teacher's not nominating you, take it upon yourself. But I'll go over each award. So the first one on our list is the best entry for Arizona history or ethnic studies. This is sponsored by the Arizona Genealogical Advisory Board. This is for a junior and a senior division. So if your project has anything to do with that topic, and you feel like you would have a good project that really fits this theme, go ahead and nominate. The next one is our best entry for Western United States history. This is both a junior and senior award, donated to us by the Charles Reed Center for Western Studies at BYU. This is anything within Western history. So since it's frontiers, there might be a few people that have gone along this theme. The next one is the Youth Division Award. So this one's just for our youth. That means 4th graders, 5th graders. And this one is donated by Jim Rex, a teacher of 7th grade American history for 30 years. This award is a $20 award for best entry in each category. So if you're a youth division and you qualify, so if you're youth, you qualify. So feel free to nominate. It's a great way. Youth can't go to nationals, so this is a great way for you to get recognized for your hard work and to inspire you for next year if you're still in youth or if you're in junior, keep on trucking for next year. So I highly suggest if you are youth, you are automatically qualified. So please nominate yourself. The next award is the AZJH Award for Histories of Anti-Semitism. This one is a Jewish History Award. And this one's for any topics that relate to Jewish history. This is a one award for junior or senior, and it's a $250 prize. And so if you have, a topic that relates to Jewish history, especially if it relates to, Jewish history of overcoming anti-Semitism, consider this one. All right, the next one is the Best Arizona History Project. We have one for junior and for senior division. So if you have an Arizona themed project, this is sponsored by the Rowe family and they've been donating for years. It's a $200 prize. And this is for anything in Arizona history, from early history to, Arizona as a territory. So we love this one because it's a great way for us to have Arizona projects. So, and then the last few is the Holocaust History Award. This one is sponsored by the Phoenix Holocaust Association, and it's a $250 prize. So this one's specifically about history relating to the Holocaust and Holocaust survivors. So if you have a project specifically focused on the Jewish history of the Holocaust and Holocaust survival, then you would be eligible for this award. The next one is our Arizona History Project Award for junior and senior. This one is sponsored by Arizona Historical Society. This is a $150 award. And this is an award for women's history. So if you have a project related to gender-based history, bibliography about specific women, or a topic relating to women's rights and women's accomplishments, you would be eligible for this award as well. And then another one sponsored by Arizona Historical Society is the Equality in History Project for junior and senior division. This is a $150 prize, and it's specifically you are specifically eligible if your project is related to history topics that involve the contributions, accomplishments, and experiences of people of color, Indigenous people, LGBTQIA+, children, or any other underrepresented groups within history, and in any kind of equality topics. So if you have something about civil rights or voting rights or marriage equality, gender equality, social movements, anything within that realm, I would suggest go ahead and nominate. That way you would be eligible for this prize. And then we have the Oral History Award, which is sponsored by our Southwest History Association. This one is for the youth division. And it's $100 cash prize. This folks that are eligible for this award are only eligible if you've incorporated oral history within your project. So if you have a project and you've used, let's say you did a documentary and you used an oral history within that project, or you use that within your primary sources, it has to be oral history specifically. So if they wrote in a diary and you use that, that's not oral history. It has to be a recording of someone's spoken experiences. So if you have a project where oral history was used, you were eligible. And then lastly, we have the Babbitt Family Award. This is an award that we've had for a number of years. The Babbitt family is very excited about this. And this is for junior and senior division. And it's a $200 cash prize for projects that relate to World War I or World War II history. So that could be military history, social history during that time, a cultural or technological advances during World War I and II, the political history. So really anything between World War I and World War II, that time frame, and not only the time frame, but like how that war impacted people, you are eligible for it. Now, even if your project was something more social or cultural, that's okay. If the war had impacted that and that's a part of your project, the World War I or II is a part of the fabric of your project, then I would nominate for this prize.
Allison, there's a question about the oral history. Oral history award says youth, but for junior and senior division, or is it open to all? I believe it's just junior and senior, correct?
It is. I'm sorry, that is a typo. It is eligible for junior or senior, but it is a one award, so it could be either or. Sorry, that is a typo. Thanks for the catch. Perfect. So one thing I will say is, though we have these awards, sometimes there's not a project that qualifies for that award. So that might happen. Let's say we have no projects that relate to, I know this never happens, but let's say there's no project that related to World War I or II. I know that would never happen because there almost always is. But if there was not, then that award would not be, we wouldn't just give that award to someone who did their project on 1950s dance moves, because it wouldn't qualify. So there might be some of these awards that don't have winners because there wasn't a project that fit the award theme. Or if the judges, if there was only one person that fit that theme and it wasn't really fitting really well, they might not be, if it doesn't capture the spirit of that award, it might not be awarded. There is a panel of judges just for the special awards. So that way they're, unbiased. So just something to keep in mind. Again, if you see that your project relates to the specifics of these awards, go ahead and nominate. If it's not, if your project is not aligned, but you're just looking to get, I want to get an award. I don't have any oral history, but I have a really good, project. I'm going to nominate myself. If it doesn't align, you're not going to, acquire that award. So just keep it in mind. Make sure that you qualify, nominate yourself, and hopefully you'll be congratulated with that. So those will be awarded during the ceremony on the 15th, and they will be awarded throughout the award ceremony. So we're not gonna, it's gonna be, talking about the first and second place and alternate during the ceremony, and then we'll have a special award, and then we'll go into the next category, and then we'll have a special award. So it'll be interspersed throughout the whole award ceremony. So make sure that you're kind of alert and ready to go, and that way you don't accidentally miss it and miss your opportunity to go on stage and get your awards. So something to keep in mind, and I think that's it.
I answered one of the questions was if there is a amount of $200 and it's a group of 5, the amount is $200. It's not $200, $400, $600, $800, $1,000, because these are donations from people's or groups, and so it would be divided amongst the group.
Which is definitely something to consider, going, into future years. Let's say you go into next year, and especially if you are really wanting to obtain a special award, that would just be something to consider for yourself. Let's say next year's theme, you felt like it really fit a good Arizona theme. And you were like, you know what, this year I'm going to really try for that Best in Arizona History Award. Maybe you decide to do an individual project, or you have a team of just 2. That's something to consider. But yeah, like Kristen said, these awards are donated as a lump sum. So regardless if you're one person or you're amongst 6 people, it is a one gift.
I think we're at the point to take any other questions.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna show you all the showcase page.
Oh, yes.
Ruh-roh, you're right. Sorry about that.
Let me find it. So if you're interested in doing the showcase, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a cute little PDF like this. Like I said, I use my dog as an example. It's gonna have your picture if you want the picture. If not, that's totally cool. We'll just put the NHD logo. If you still want to do the showcase, just let me know. No, I don't want to use the picture. There'll be a QR code that will take you to the website that will show your project, and I'll show you what the website looks like after I show you this. It has your school, your city, your region, and your division / category, and what NHD means to you. So these will be posted in our kind of showcase gallery area. Your parents can walk by, or you can walk by and just scan the QR codes with your phone, and it will take you to the website. So if you scan this QR code right now, you have your phone, it'll take you to Hershey's website page. So I will show you what that looks like. Let's see. Is it showing the right thing now? Is it showing his little page? Yes, okay. So I will have your name up at the top with your picture. The same information with your project title. What does NHD mean to you? And then your project will be down here. So for example, Hershey did a performance. So all that I have right now is his process paper. And the title of his project is How to Be a Good Boy. If you do a performance, you need to send me a link to your performance. That way I can attach it to the website page. That's pretty much it. And then people can just kind of peruse through the different projects, scanning QR codes. If you have an exhibit, we're just going to have you move your exhibit to the showcase space, or no, we decided not to do that. We're gonna have your showcase page right next to your exhibit in your assigned rooms. So if you want to look at exhibits, you just look for the rooms that you're looking for, but everybody else's stuff will be out kind of in a hallway. And we'll have things like a selfie station. And then of course we have that whole list of things to do on our little website. I have photos from all of the different competitions. So if you're looking for photos, I still got to put South's on here. But we have them on our Facebook. I know this is a lot of information, but you can literally email me at any point. And if you've emailed me before, you know I usually email you back immediately. And I'm going to send you guys all an email that has the recording of this, the showcase link, if you're interested in doing that, the link to the state Z-Fairs so you all can log in and double check your information and do any nominations if you want. Remember, when you nominate or your teacher nominates you, you need to explain why your project best fits that award. That part's very important. And then I'll also send you the updated special awards list. Yes, Shane, it needs to be a recording of the performance. That way people can watch it. Diane, I am not really sure how long the day is going to be. Like Kristen had said, there are 102 projects that have to be judged between all three categories or three divisions. As of right now, I'm trying to work it to where judging is over by 2. And then the award ceremony will probably be around 4. You are not required to stay there all day, just like with regionals. And you don't even have to stay for awards if you don't want to. It's just one of those things that it's a lot of kids in one day, and we're going to try to make it as short as we possibly can, but there's only so much finagling that we can do. Did I answer it? Anybody else have a question?
I'm scrolling. I'm not seeing that we missed any, but let me check before we tap out here.
And I'm working on the schedule right now, so that should be out soon. And I will also have the schedule overview that kind of gives you a detail like I had before the regionals. So you'll get the schedule overview that tells you when everything starts and when everything ends. I'll also send you an interview schedule so you can look up when your interview time is. That is the only time you're required to be there if you want to participate in the interviews. You do not have to stay for awards to earn the award. If you need to go, you need to go, and that's totally fine. And I have a few kids that email me letting me know that they needed to have an earlier interview time. So if you do have something else that day you need to get to, please let me know, because I want to work with you, because I want to make sure you can do all the things that you need to do. And I'll also send you the ASU map and the parking map. So I'll make sure you have all this information. Ronald, did you have a question?
Yeah,
What's up, bud?
how many people will advance to nationals from the whole people?
That's a good question. So youth do not get to go to nationals. So that's the only difference. From our junior and senior divisions, we take the top 2, and then we have a third that's our alternate. Sometimes, for example, we have one category that there's only one entry, and there's a chance that it may or may not go. It just depends on what the judges say. So I don't have an exact number.
Okay.
So youth can still win the prizes, but cannot go on, right?
Right, so youth can win the one prize, which is the Jim Rex Memorial Award, which is $20, I think. And we have 10 of them. So you have a
Okay.
high chance of getting one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody? Samesh, did I say that correctly?
Actually, it's Samesh.
Samesh, I'm sorry.
For the third alternate, so under what conditions do they get to go to nationals? So like, what happens with the third alternate?
That's a good question. So say that first place or second place cannot go. They will take place of whoever can't go.
So if first place and second place can go, then they just won't go.
Correct. Because we
So-
can only send 2 from each category.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Am I missing any questions? Oh, I see one more. Is it? I'm gonna say your name wrong. I'm really sorry. Is it Sunmit?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Okay, just making sure. What's up?
Yeah, just one quick question. So if we make it to nationals and we're in a group project, do all our members have to go to the nationals or
No.
only one?
Only one has to go.
Okay.
Unless it's a performance, then you all have to go.
Okay.
Yep. So like if you have an exhibit with 5 people and only 2 people could go, that's totally fine.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You know, after state, we will go into more detail about nationals. But some things about nationals is, you know, once we get closer, we will be sending information about what to prepare for, what to pack, you know, what to look out for. So you'll have all that information. But just know that if you are, you know, if you are advanced to nationals and you are, you know, able to go, each student has to have some kind of chaperone. That chaperone could be your teacher if your teacher decides to go, or it could be your family. But since you are minors, you have to have some kind of chaperone, you know, parent, guardian, whatever that might be, that is going with you, in that you have actually let us know who that person is, because I'll be the one that's going to nationals, and I'll be in and out of nationals meetings and stuff like that. So I'm not able to keep an eye on everybody. So you'll have to have some kind of parent or guardian with you.
Any more questions about state?
I have a question.
What's up, Heidi?
Hi, I'm just curious, will we get an email before state about like what time we need to be there and how long the day will be?
Yeah, so you know at regionals how I sent you that big long email with a bunch of attachments? I'm gonna send you the exact same email for state.
Okay,
So I'll
great.
make
Thank you
sure
so much.
you're good to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, if you have any other questions, you can email me at nhdaz@azhs.gov. Or there's like a contact us section on ZFairs and it sends it straight to my email. So you can get a hold of me and I will answer your question the best I can. Other than that, I think we are good to go. I really, really appreciate you all showing up here today. We're really excited. This has been really fun. This is I think this is all of our first years doing NHD. So it's been really good. So other than that, if you have questions, you can hang out. If not, you guys are free to go and you will get an email from me before I leave today. And I hope you guys have a great night.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks, Heidi. Thanks, Alexander. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nathan.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one, kiddo.
Bye.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, bud. Have a good night.
All right, see you later, Jenny.
See ya. Have a good one.